applying pressure to the max. They told me I'll make it far. They told me I'll make it far. They told me I'll make it far. I'm just trapping out the car. I need 100 grand large. Free my homies out of bars. They told me I'll make it far. I'm just trapping out the car.
Ooh, let's get into it. Welcome to another episode of Fresh Bar Sports Show. I'm Jabbar Harris. I'm the host and your proprietor. And on this episode of Fresh Bar Sports Show, episode number 64 dropping, we're going to talk about football. A lot been going on in the football world that I didn't get a chance to catch up on. So we want to dive into on that. Then we got tons of drama in the sports world. Kyrie to be Pacific. So we're going to dive into all these notes, try to run through them. These recap of the Sunday games and recap of these NBA games so we can dive into all the trending topics and the news and what's going on in the sports world. All right, first off, foremost, we're going to start off with my Steelers, 13-35 over the Eagles. A.J. Brown was going off on my Steelers. Man, I told y'all he's top 6 in the league, earlier in the season. Now, I said we're going to be revisiting this top 10 quarterback list, top 10 wide receiver list after week 10, around week 10. So we're going to have to, because he's definitely looking like he's top 3. Off the rip of my head, obviously my guy Justin Jefferson, he done got knocked down from number 2 to number 3. We're going to slide A.J. Brown up at number 2. Then obviously I'm still going to go with Stephon Diggs, number 1. But, we're going to get into that another later date time coming real soon. A.J. Brown, touchdown pass over number 34, Terrell. And my guy, Mika Fitzpatrick. Come on, Mika. Now, I've been pumping up Mika. That's bad, Mika. I've been pumping Mika up all season long, ever since he came to my team. Top 5 player in the league. Top defensive black in the league. He's that guy. But he had the one bad play against Davison, the wide receiver Davis from Buffalo. I ain't like that at all. He snatched that ball from him, man. Man. I ain't like that at all. Straight young boy team. That's definitely what that was. Grown man move. Then A.J. Brown just being a beast out there compared to him and whoever. Nobody in the secondary, we couldn't do nothing with it. That's why I'm thankful, glad that we got some type of help in the trade deadline. We're going to get into the trade deadline deals. We're going to get into that. But it's just been crazy with Mika Fitzpatrick that game. It was bad secondary play the whole time, but Mika Fitzpatrick, he's the leader of the secondary, and he was getting dominated on too. A.J. Brown was giving it to everybody. So he had a touchdown pass over cornerback Witherspoon and Mika Fitzpatrick. A separate one. Now cornerback Witherspoon, he's weak. Now obviously Levi, he's only in there because Levi Wallace been hurt all season long. We thought that was an upgrade because Witherspoon is not it, but he's only playing by default because obviously he's healthy. And our starting quarterback is not there. Thankful we made a trade move. Hopefully that works out for us. We're going to dive into all that soon. But Witherspoon, he's hurting us out there. He's a liability. Mike Tomlin, he's a liability out there. Let's make sure he not finding his way back on the field until he's ready to be performing at a high level, because he's definitely not doing it at all. Brown, okay, yeah, so I already tell you, Brown dominated. He had him having 3 touchdowns. I don't like the number 89 returner that we have for returners. I'm glad we're going with Simmons for punt returns and kick returns. We need to keep with Steve Simmons as the returner man. I think we'll be all right Steelers wise with Simmons as our returner. All right, we're gonna get into these stats. I'm just telling you what took place. 25 out of 38 for Kenny Pickett for 191 yards, 1 interception, 6 sacks, 7 carries, 37 rushing yards. You going to have the nerve to have some comments after the game, and all you brought to the table is say, I'm going to give y'all 38 attempts, but only pull in 191 yards, and I ain't going to give y'all no touchdowns, but I'm going to give y'all an interception, and then 6 sacks on top of that. Because you're going to have the nerve to say, guys making mental errors out there, guys need to study more, guys need to be better. Then you eventually got to the we need to be better on the back end before you got out of there. Young fella, young whippersnapper. Come on now, you young in this. I don't care if you're 24, you're 28, you're 30. You are young in this league. You a first year rookie, first year starter. You still a rookie, first year starter in the league. You don't know no better. You don't know how to roll. Do how you do things and how you earn respect and be able to call people out and talk like that in the media. You as a young player, you start off with the I need to. I need to be better. I need to do this and that and to show improve. Then you can get to the we need to be doing things and obviously you'll get the respect from from the players and the coaches in that organization that you are a leader to be calling guys out. But you got 3 starts under your belt and now you want to be saying guys need to be studied more, guys need to be young fella. You haven't been studying enough on the sideline the times that you was out because you not even know how to conduct yourself as a leader. I ain't liking that. I ain't liking it at all. Can't wait till I get a guest on to address that situation. Kenny Pickett, man, he's something else. All right, we're gonna continue with to these stats. Najee Harris, 8 carries, 32 yards, rushing, 6 receptions, 26 yards, receiving, 1 pass for 4 yards. Warner, 6 carries, 56 yards, rushing, 3 receptions, 25 yards. And man, this is the last Steelers game. Hopefully he comes back in the future. Hopefully he comes back to us. We're going to break it down, but it's the last Steelers game for wide receiver Chase Claypool. That's my guy, man. Definitely number 1 receiver, but the quarterbacks we dealing with and stuff like that. Not like he's going to a better quarterback. They're just more athletic than our quarterback, just actually throwing the ball. We're going to get into the trade that took place for the deadline, but dang, I wish we could have kept him some way, somehow. He come back in the near future. Go make his money and come back to us. You see it happen all the time around the league, so hopefully that be the case with us. I really like Chase Claypool. 4 receptions, 45 yards, 1 touchdown pass to T.J. Watt's brother, fullback Derek Watt. Those are just his last numbers that he put up. So I'm glad he got some type of touchdown and he got a touchdown pass before he got up out of there for the Steelers. Bears traded a 2nd-round pick for Chase Claypool. We drafted him with a 2nd-round pick, and all we could get as a 2nd-round pick, he can't get a 1st-round pick. We couldn't use that to leverage against the Packers or the Chiefs or whatever other team that was looking for a receiver, a receiver to get a 1st-round pick. All these teams that was looking for receivers out there, Cowboys, whatever. We couldn't leverage a 1st-round pick out of none of these guys. Come on now, what's going on here? Like, he's definitely 1st-round talent. He's a number 1 receiver. What are we doing out here, Steelers? I ain't like this at all. I don't like it. And I stand on it. But one good thing that came out of a move that we made, I'm glad we wasn't just simply giving things away. I'm glad we was looking to get some things valuable in return. On another side note, separate note, sorry about that. Steelers, we landed cornerback William Jackson from the Washington football team for a 6th round and a 7th round pick. 6th round in 2024, 7th round in 2025. Some of the stats: he's 6 feet, 189 pounds. Like I said, I wanted a 6'2" cornerback, but 6 feet still good enough. 189 pounds, solid. He's 30 years old, so he's still young. Still in his prime. I don't like these particular stats. 16 total tackles, 2 pass deflections only on the games that he played. Washington football team, they all bad, so I'm not going to hold these stats accountable. Can't wait to see what he look like in the Steelers uniform, see what he do with our scheme, and see how he gets after it, and see how effective he is for my team, for the black and yellow. So look forward to seeing him suit up. Hopefully everything be good for him to suit up when we play against the Saints. Got ample time to get ready and acclimated. Like that I saw T.J. Watt in practice yesterday. Glad they put that out there. So, like I said, it's been open up the 21-day window for him to determine his return based off of that 21 days that's already been in counting. So, hopefully we come up with a decision on bringing it back. Hopefully come back before the season and do something for us. Definitely need to get him out there. But other trade deadline deals that took place for the trade deadline. Something that was not actually a deal. Cowboys messed up the trade talks with Brandon Cooks in the Houston Texans. They didn't get the draft competition things figured out in time before the trade deadline. Time came and gone. Typical Cowboy stuff. Ain't surprised by that. Cardinals signed free agent Kemuel Hill, linebacker. Bills trade for Falcons safety Dean Marlin. Chiefs trade for cornerback Rashard Felton from the Falcons. No trades for Jets receivers Elijah Moore and Denzel Mims. They both requested trades. Browns are keeping running back Kareem Hunt. Colts trade away running back Naheem Hines to the Bills. Bills needed that. Nice running back game to solidify them. Broncos trade for Jets defensive end Jacob Martin. Broncos definitely need some help with that with the front line. So glad they got that. Now they need somebody to help out Russell Wilson because he needs to get together. Jaguars trade for suspended Falcons wide receiver Calvin Ridley. That just shocked everybody. But I guess they trying to get on it before he's able to be traded in the offseason, or other teams, want to jump on, just be more intrigued to trade for him in the offseason. Obviously, he's suspended for the whole season. He's not going to be playing this year. So it's for conditional picks, depending on certain incentives that Calvin really achieved with the Jaguars, or long-term contracts with the Jaguars. Miami trade for 49ers running back Jeff Wilson. And also, Miami's not playing around. They traded for Broncos defensive end Bradley Chubb. Also gave him a $110 million contract extension. They ain't playing around. They're giving it their all. Ravens trade for linebacker Raekwon Smith from the Bears for a second and the fifth round picks. Lions trade tight end T.J. Hickenson to the Vikings. They ain't want to pay him his money. That's what that's about. So, those are basically the transactions, some of the major transactions that took place from, the trade deadline. All right, we're going to recap these games that took place, these football games from last Thursday to Monday. Broncos 21-17 over the Jaguars. Russell Wilson 252 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, 3 sacks, 4 carries for 17 rushing yards. Murray 14 carries, 46 yards, 1 touchdown, 13 yards receiving. Lawrence 18 out of 31, only 133 yards. Can't win like that. 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions, 2 sacks, 3 carries, 15 rushing yards. 80-10, 24 carries, 156 yards, 1 touchdown, 3 receptions, 6 yards receiving. Falcons 37-34 over the Panthers in overtime. Man, let me tell you about this. Panthers wide receivers DJ Moore scored a touchdown at the end of regulation to tie the game at 34. There was not no walk off. 34. Scoring 7 points. It wasn't 35 and 34. It was to tie the game at 34. He's a veteran, and he's not new. He's a young veteran. He understands this is not his first time scoring touchdowns in critical situations. He act like he never been there before. He got out of control. He scores a touchdown, takes his helmet off in the end zone area. Obviously, all American football knows that's a penalty, that's flags. So instead of the extra point being, a couple yards away, 20-something yards away, it turns it to be 48 yards away for the extra point field goal. The kicker's going to have to go miss that. But they deserve to lose because of the DJ Moore antics. Really going to score the touchdown, take the helmet off, and jump in the crowd and do all that wild stuff to make it about me. Costing the team. You did not score a walk-off touchdown. You score a touchdown that tied it. As long as everything goes good, kicking the field goal, because the field goal attempts is not 2 yards away no more. It's already pushed back as it is. And then you tacked on another 15 yards on top of that. Made the 48-yard extra point field goal. Kicker still shouldn't have made that all in all, but you could have just saw that coming from a long shot. So they definitely deserve to go in overtime and lose by 3 because of his selfishness. But we can go ahead with the stats. Third string quarterback P.J. Walker stepped in, did his thing, 317 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, 1 sack, 20 yards rushing. Did enough to manage the game to win without, other players that been in the league, been playing, costing it for him. Essentially. Baker Mayfield was a starter. He's okay with being the backup role. Like he said, everybody wants to play, but he's here to support however you want to do. Obviously he's still trying to be around the league. So, but Baker Mayfield get used to this, get comfortable. This will be the new norm for Baker Mayfield and whatever other future team that he go. Being the backup quarterback for Baker Mayfield. Foreman, 26 carries, 118 yards, 3 touchdowns. Moore, 6 receptions, 152 yards, 1 touchdown, 3 yards rushing. He had a good game, good numbers, but just bad mental blur. Marcus Mariota growing up in front of our very eyes, 253 yards, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, 2 sacks, 6 carries, 43 rushing yards. Likes 5 receptions, 80 yards, 1 touchdown. Miami 31-27 over the Lions. Cowboys 49-29 over the Bears. Fields 151 yards, 2 touchdowns, 4 sacks, 8 carries, 60 yards rushing, and 1 touchdown. Now that's how he scores. That's how he move and groove and get down with the rushing athletic ability. Chase Claypool, oh my gosh, man. You think you wasn't not getting the ball before. I know you're the best receiver over there. I know they're going to be targeting you, but Justin Fields got to improve with being thrown at the quarterback. Until he do that, you pretty much in so much of a similar situation to the quarterback carousel that we had in the Steelers. But like I said, hopefully it all come back full circle. You get your contract money extension over there, get your money over there, and then you can come back to the Steelers. 2-3 years left on the contract or whatever. When we ain't got to pay so much, things of that nature. But you were number one, man. You deserve to be back on the Steelers. For real. I don't like that. But I digress. Herbert, 16 carries, 99 yards, rushing, 1 touchdown. Dak Prescott, 250 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, 1 sack, 5 carries, 34 rushing yards, and 1 touchdown. Tony Pollard went off 14 carries, 131 yards, 3 touchdowns, 16 receiving yards. Now, everybody want to talk about Tony Pollard should be starting over Ezekiel Elliott. No, this is good in moderation. See, I'm in the drinks in moderation. Moderation. You don't want to overdo it. You don't want heavy doses. You need Tony Pollard in doses. You can't get him. You can't get so much of him because he's going to wear and tear on his body, and he's not going to give you the burst and give you the speed that he gives you. Ezekiel Elliott, just like the Derrick Henry, can pound on you and take a toll on your body. So by the time the fourth quarter come around, you don't want to tackle Derrick Henry no more. You can keep allowing Zeke to loosen up the defense, to take a toll on the defense. So Tony Pollard's not taking all that toll. So when they bring the switch up in, the switch up can be a constant burst. Now you're saying, okay, he played the whole game. I mean, it was 14 carries out of the backfield. And that's what we asking him to do. Split the load up with Zeke. 15 rushes for Zeke, 15 rushes for Tony Pollard. Tony Pollard ain't going to be doing 20, 25 carries a game and having the top-notch speed for 16, 17 games of the season. Nah, so don't want to kill the mojo. They got a good thing going on. I mean, they're still going to lose in the playoffs, but whatever. They got a good thing going on right now as far as winning a couple games in the regular season, making it look nice. They're going to playoffs and lose. But so you don't want to mess that up. But if you want to mess that up, think you want to switch something up and you want to show improved, I'm telling you here first on the Fresh Bar Sports Show, I'm calling from the long shot. Tony Pollard is not built to last as far as in giving them 20, 25 carries for 16, 17 games in the regular season. I think he's still going to do something for you in the playoffs and still bursting those long runs and having the top-notch speed that he's accustomed to. Now, before I continue, while I got a little moment, I'm going to give a quick shout-out to my sponsor. You need fresh gear, fresh clothing, go to Cash Baby Clothing Brand. You need fresh gear, fresh clothing, go to Cash Baby Clothing Brand. Got some new drops, got some new hits that just dropped last night. And you need event planning, go to Cash Baby. You need event planning, go to Wild Production Events. You need event planning, you go to Wild Production Events. All right, let's continue. Vikings 34-26 over the Cardinals. Kyler Murray 326 yards, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Come on, Kyler Murray, 4 sacks, 6 carries, 36 rushing yards to lead the team. They can't win like that. Cardinals is not going to win like that. Kyler Murray having 36 yards and being a leading rusher only like that. Where is the running backs? Where is the running game? To not speak of. DeAndre Hopkins coming back like he ain't never left doing his thing. 12 receptions, 159 yards, 1 touchdown. And, they ain't win, but like DeAndre Hopkins has been, dealing with the injuries last season and going with the suspension earlier this season. Just came back late, like he ain't never left, like he been playing the whole time. Kirk Cousins doing enough to get the job done, doing enough to win. 232 yards, 2 touchdowns, 3 sacks, 4 carries, 22 yards rushing, and 1 rushing touchdown. Justin Jefferson, 6 receptions, 98 yards, no touchdowns. I need him to get some touchdowns. That's why he fall back to number 3. He's still getting, numbers. Ain't gonna be doing. It ain't the monstrous numbers that he's putting up, every single game. But he's still getting up decent numbers. And I need some touchdowns out of him, though. I know they double team him, they spy him, all that stuff. But you need to make it happen. You need to make it happen. Can't keep sliding. You know, you're hovering around top 3 now, so and you're number 3. So gotta get it together. Cook, 20 carries, 111 yards, 1 touchdown, 5 receptions, 30 yards. The only reason why I'm saying something about Justin Jefferson because he top dog. I don't want him to be turned into a Julio situation where you're just known for getting some yards, getting some receptions, but you're not getting no touchdowns. You know, I don't want him being that type of guy. I want him to be known for getting yards, getting touchdowns, all the above, triple crown winner type of things. You know. Saints 24-0 over the Raiders, the bum Raiders. Yeah, man. At least the Steelers, we put up 3. We had our so-called shutout. We wasn't having none of that. You know, we gotta put a point on the board. But I mean, things happen. You know, Raiders, they got a lot of turmoil going on with them. So that's typical Raiders stuff. My good friend, I got a friend that's a Saints fan and a Raiders fan, but my friend that's a Saints fan, he feeling real good, real nice to talk about Saints score on nobody. Nobody score on the Saints about a week. Look at the bumps. Come on, man. We played the Ravens. We played the Raiders. Come on now, stop it. But we'll see y'all next week. And stay tuned. Get them on the show. We're going to address that situation, you know, on the Fresh Bar Sports Show. You know, Saints versus Steelers next weekend. Who you think I'm going on with? We got the S on the chest for Steelers. All right, Patriots 22-17 over the Jets. Titans 17-10 over the Texans. Washington 17-16 over the Colts. 49ers 31-14 over the Rams. Christian McCaffrey becomes the first player since LaDainian Tomlinson in 2005 with 1 touchdown pass, 1 touchdown run, and 1 touchdown catch in a single game. Christian McCaffrey is that boy. Now, I like that, but I don't want them to exacerbate the situation and overutilize him, put more wear and tear on his body. I don't want to put this label on him, but he's somewhat get injured easily and be out for games, so you don't want them to get Kyle Shanahan to get overly excited. But, you know, his creative geniuses and all the abilities that he got to overutilize him, just keep spreading the love around. Don't put too much wear and tear on his body so he can, you know, actually be here for you. You know? That's just my thought. Jimmy Garoppolo, 235 yards, 2 touchdowns, 3 sacks. Christian McCaffrey, 1 touchdown pass, 18 carries, 94 rushing yards and 1 touchdown. 8 receptions, 54 yards receiving and 1 touchdown. Matt Stafford, 187 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 sacks, 1 negative rushing yards. Come on, Matt Stafford. Bad Matt Stafford. You're going to have to show improve for the Rams. Don't look like y'all going to be doing anything this year, especially because the Bucs definitely need to get this win coming up against y'all. So, yeah, man. Once the Bucs put a nail in the coffin on your season this coming weekend, it's a wrap. Cooper Kupp, 8 receptions, 79 yards, 1 touchdown. You know he gonna make it do what it do. 2 carries, 10 rushing yards. Seahawks, 27-13 over the Giants. Bills, 27-17 over the Packers. Now, Packers cornerback Jair Alexander and Bills wide receiver Stephon Diggs trash talk before, during, and after the games. They got history with them going back to the Minnesota days. I love it. I love guys competing with each other. You know, especially when they got history. You know, everything's left on the field, left on the court. Ain't nothing, you know, malice or malicious after the game. Of course, they trash talk after the game, but no, you know, there wasn't no fisticuffs or anything words out of line or anything like that. So, you know, just all good competitive nature. Aaron Rodgers, 203 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, 2 sacks, 11 rushing yards. Man, they don't know what they're gonna do. They got themselves in a bind now. Aaron Jones, 20 carries, 143 rushing yards, 4 receptions for 14 yards, sorry. Josh Allen, 218 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, 2 sacks, 6 carries, 49 rushing yards. Man, that boy out there balling, Josh Allen. And then, you know, Stephon Diggs, you know, like you said, he's not worried about the individual matchups. You know, he's going to put up his numbers, do a little something. But he don't got to put up the 150 yards, 2 touchdowns every game. He can just give you something light as long as the team get the W. You know, so he only brought you to the table, 6 receptions, 108 yards, 1 touchdown. You know, he was just trying to do something light just to get the W. So, Bengals, 13-32 over the Browns. Amari Cooper throws an interception on a trick play. That was one of his only bad moments. He did have a good game though. You know, Browns got the win, but they could have left that one alone. That was bad. Joe Burrow, 232 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, 5 sacks. Man, that did it from. But Jamar Chase being out with the injury, man, that's definitely hurt him. T. Higgins, you know, did what he could do. 3 receptions, 49 yards, 1 touchdown. But you know, they all over him. Jacoby Brissett, 278 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 sacks, 6 carries, 12 rushing yards, and 1 touchdown. Managed the game, doing enough to get the job done to get the W. That's all we're looking for. Amari Cooper, 5 receptions, 131 yards, 1 touchdown. Nick Chubb, 23 carries, 101 yards, 2 touchdowns. All right, now we got to get into this controversial owner, Washington football team, Daniel Snyder. Word on the street, he's hired his Bank of America to look on the sale of his team. I believe that he had enough. And especially Jim Irsay and other owners getting involved and speaking out publicly that, it's time for him to go. And then, they trying to strong arm him to, giving up the franchise by, Virginia and Maryland and D.C. area, not trying to give him a new stadium. They're they got to get all these approvals and stuff. They're not giving him a new stadium. They'll give somebody else a new stadium. But they're done with Daniel Snyder. So they're doing little things like that to let him know that we don't want you here. We don't want you around. Obviously, the league trying to find a way. We was trying to figure out a way to get him to give control to his team, and give the control to his wife of the team, and have him to have no parts of anything. But he did this, I guess, foreshadowing that he knew he had charges coming up against him that he gotta be dealing with, improper money. That he was in an organization allegedly. So he got some legal situation going on. Ain't stopping him from making no money off this. This is about to go for records, billions of dollars. Broncos sold for, record $1 billion, and this is going to break that, obviously, because it's, NFL franchise, and this is the latest one that's up, so it's going to surpass the last one. He's definitely going to get a nice going away present as far as billions and billions of dollars to walk away from something, I'm not walking away, but selling the team once you walk away. When I put this together, this wasn't the situation before I put it together, but I'm gonna let you know. Houston Astros put together the first combined no hitter in MLB postseason history, with a 5-0 win versus the Phillies to tie it up 2-2. Now, after the win that took place last night, now they're up 3-2 over the Phillies. You got Meek Mill there performing for y'all and everything, Phillies. Y'all know y'all just going to lose. Because he don't got no good record when he be performing for these Philly teams. Before like the Eagles and the Sixers before they play. It's just too much of a concert and just too much of a fest and just too much of a, I guess it's a distraction of a feel good, and they ain't got their heads in their game stuff because they don't come out the way that you would think they're coming out from after the performance, from Meek Millie. Man, Phillies. Yankees fan. Yeah, I know that. But, PA native. We deserve parades too. We deserve parades. I mean, even though they ain't in my, York, Pennsylvania, and, Philadelphia ain't nothing but 2 hours away. We can get there and make it happen and join in on the parade and celebrate. But nah, it's just be good for the state of Pennsylvania. I mean, that's all it is. It's just good for the state of Pennsylvania for them to win. But Astros is balling out there, man. Astros is balling out there. Yeah, they cheated in the past. They probably still cheating too. But hey, man, they man, y'all better find a way to cheat like us. All right, on some other brighter news. Javon Walton, 16-year-old, the youngest to sign with the Jordan brand. He's a boxer turned actor. Will debut a boxing boot, so training in a performance shoe in the ring, a boot in the ring. He's from the hit HBO show, Euphoria. Also is an amateur boxer for Georgia, from the Georgia area. 5 Georgia state titles, 8 amateur bouts under his belt. Also cast for a role in Netflix, The Umbrella Academy. Despite his acting success, I give it up to him. I commend him on doing this. This is big room. He's still going to say he's going to go fight professional. This is his passion. This is love. When he turns 18, he's going to go pro. Despite his acting success, obviously he's making money. He don't need to go do that. He can continue to pursue the acting career, but he's going to indulge in both. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I like that young fella. All right, this is a whole situation to unpack. Kyrie Irving and the Nets. Now, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to do my things in my notes, because I'm about to tell you the one part, then I'm going to break down some games, and then we're going to get back to the relevant news from there. Because this thing been a whole book that's still not done. This is definitely one crazy story time right here with this Kyrie Irving stuff. Kyrie Irving and the Nets each will donate $500K to the ADL, the Anti-Defamation League, and will work with work with hate causes and hate groups. That's the statement that they put out. And Kyrie initially spoke, said that he takes responsibility, stopped short of apologizing, never to use the word apology when he initially spoke, and then thereafter spoke again to the media, doubling down on his stance. So that's where that was at from there. Then we're going to pick up where it took off from yesterday after I give you the breakdowns from some of the games that took place in the past couple of days also. This Kyrie Irving situation, man, I tell you. Well, yeah, just stay with me. Just follow me. It's wild. Hawks 112-99 over the Knicks. Trae Young says he'll be fine after he's not missing no games after the eye injury. He was just pretty much being a decoy after the game. In the second half after the eye injury occurred, he was just being out there just so for a presence and stuff. But he's not going to be missing no games. Claiming that he couldn't see too much right out there. Murray, he stepped up big for them. 36 points, 9 assists, 4 rebounds. That was good. They needed that, to solidify the W. Jalen Brunson for the Knicks, 20 points, 5 assists. Barrett, 19 points, 5 rebounds, and 5 assists. 76ers, 111, 121 over the Wizards. Porzingis, 30 points, 9 rebounds. Bill, 29 points, 5 assists. James Harden, 24 points, 10 assists, 5 rebounds. Maxey, 32 points, 4 assists. Joel Embiid did not play. Bucks 116-91 over the Pistons. Cavs 114-113 overtime over the Celtics. Man, I thought the Celtics was gonna pull that off. Man, I can't believe that I can't believe Donovan Mitchell and Darius Garland came through clutch for the Cavs. Couldn't believe it, but early in the regular season, don't anticipate seeing any of that going on in the playoffs. But hey, maybe they might prove me wrong. Maybe they might shock the world this year. But they still little in the backcourt, so I don't believe on 2 little guys in the backcourt. I just don't believe in it. This ain't the Pistons, back in the 80s. Times have changed, I would say. It's 2022. Brown missed the game-winning shot at the buzzer. Tatum was covered, even though I feel like he could have made a little more effort to get loose away the ball. But Tatum did send it to overtime with the dunk. Tatum, 26 points, 6 assists, 12 rebounds. Brown was balling out there, 30 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists. Donovan Mitchell, 25 points, 6 assists, 4 rebounds. Close for them. He came up big. And Garland, 29 points, 12 assists, 5 rebounds. Second game back since injury. He looking real good. He was out. He started the season with injury. Grizzlies, 111, 106 over the Blazers. And we're going to get to the Lakers. We got 2 wins in a row. We got another win. Lakers, we win, baby. See, I'm supporting my team. We winning, baby. Yeah, 2 wins in a row. Let's keep this thing going. Lakers 120, 117 over the Pelicans overtime. I ain't gonna lie, we lucky to win. We blew the lead and everything. We got a lucky 3-point shot to send in the overtime and then winning it like that. Matt Ryan, number 37. No, not the Matt Ryan that used to play for the Atlanta Falcons that got traded to the Colts and now he's benched and then made his way to the Lakers. Not him. There's actually another Matt Ryan out there in the world. Matt Ryan, number 37. He came through clutch with 3-point shots. And we need 3-point shots. We can keep him on the team and bring in another 3-point shooter. At the end of the day, I need another 3-point shooter on the team. Regardless, because we don't. I mean, he's the best that we got. But, clearly from the 8 games this season, he's so-and-so. You know what I mean? But when he's on, he's on. He's high as good. He definitely helped us out down the stretch, big time, to win this game. Big Colin, 22 points, 8 rebounds, 8 assists, 9 rebounds. Zion Williams, 27 points, 7 assists, 5 rebounds. I like that because my LeBron, AD, and Russell and the rest of the guys down low and everybody know AD. Zion Williams, you big. But we getting rebounds down here. We doing the thing. You're not gonna be coming down here and getting 10 rebounds or nothing like that. You get your little 7, little 5 or 7 assists and 5 rebounds. We're not gonna have you just bullying people out here. Now we big too, and we're gonna move you out the way and stuff like that, and getting rebounds and blocks you out. LeBron James claims he is feeling under the weather and stuff like that, but he still had a good game, definitely good game. Could have solidified everything with a triple double. I wish he did, but claiming if he was feeling better. Obviously, he would have got the triple-double and been more effective with his 0 for 8 from the three-point. So he had 20 points, 8 assists, 10 rebounds, but he's 22% on the season from the three. Like, can you stop, please, with the threes? Like, literally, please stop with the threes. I need you to go in the paint. I've been saying it last season, all season long. I need you to go in the paint, work on the free throws, practice on the free throws, go to the line, live at the line, get the free throws. 3 or 4 threes a game, all right. Come on, man. 8 attempts, stop it. I might be okay with 5, but you're doing too much, LeBron. Like, stop with the 3-point attempts. Keep it at a bare minimum. We should be 30 to 35 points. 30 to 35 attempts us for 3. We're not a 3-point shooting team. We need to keep that at a bare minimum. Only 30 to 35, and 35 is pushing it. Let's be mindful. Let's be easy with the threes. I'm going to keep barking on that because somebody got to let them know. Somebody got to listen. Somebody got to regurgitate this message. They had to be in the 30 to 35 range attempts for threes. And LeBron James, you attempted 8 threes a night. That's not doing it. 5. I might be okay on that 5 borderline. If you're feeling real nice, we're going to try to go for that other 1-6. But other than that, just keep it easy. Get in the paint. Go to the free throw line. AD, big, 20 points, 4 assists. But you know what I'm loving the most? I'm loving the defensive activity. But what I told you, 16 rebounds going to win it for us every time. Last game, 15 rebounds and then win. This game, 16 rebounds and a win. That's going to be big for us. AD gets 15 rebounds. He does this. This is nothing different. He does this because he want to be aggressive, because he wanted more. I need this. Let's continue to do this, AD. Let's continue to show up, get big out there, get rebounds. Let's dominate. This is going to win the games for us. No threes. 0 attempts from the threes. 0 attempts. Get in that paint. Go in the paint and work. Get him with a couple little moves in that paint area. Work. Eventually you might, get feeling real nice. You might take a 3 or 2. That's about it. But no attempts. Everything's in the paint area working on him. I love it. I love it. This AD right here, you're going to win with AD. He's going to be the reason why we win the championship. Doing things like this. I love the AD's game. I loved it. And these guys was getting big, not playing around. Dominate defense, rebounding. Whew, that's effort plays. Effort. Looney Walker, 28 points, 5 for 9 from 3. That was big. I love that. Matt Ryan, he put in his 11 points, clutch 3 off the bench, in 4th quarter overtime. Russell Westbrook, 13 points, 9 assists, 7 rebounds, 6 turnovers, 25 minutes off the bench. That do it for you, Russell Westbrook, sorry. I ain't disrespect, but that's my guy, Russell Westbrook. The turnovers, you got to, I understand you and Coach Ham got the understanding as in, all right, you playing good, you're going to finish the game. If you turn it over, we're going to have to yank you to close the game. But I don't like Russ not closing. Yeah, I know the media reporters out there. I wish I could be in the room. Don't worry. Press Bar Sports Show. We're gonna make our way some way somehow get to these reporter rooms and these press rooms, because I gotta ask my questions and stuff in the But they saying he was a little testy. He was a little, just a little. You could tell he was a little more agitated than the other 2 press conferences when he was feeling good. And even though the one we didn't win, but he he had a good game. He's feeling real good. Obviously closed the game. Of course, he's not going to be, that enthusiastic that he didn't close the game. But all in all, we won. So as long as we win, and like he even said, we won. Whatever it takes to win, making sacrifices, doing whatever sacrifices necessary it takes to win. Of course, he's going to be about everybody wants to play. Everybody going to want to play. No, I would not appreciate him being happy with him not playing, because I'm the type of player that I love him to be. I would want him to feel like I could dominate. I could be great out there. I could be one of the reasons why you win. I can contribute to win. I should always win, and he should always want to feel that way too. So we definitely going to be looking at this thing with a magnifying glass, everything closely. Pat Bev said at the beginning of the season, they talked about Russ, whatever that you do, they going to blow it up. They going to magnify it. They's not going to let you breathe. Russell Westbrook, whatever you do, the media is going to be examining it. Every single thing, breaking it down, how you moving, how you interacting, the way you looking, everything about your movements and your actions, how you're doing everything. They gonna be examining it to the teeth to see if you're anything but feeling joy. They want to see if you're feeling bothered, but that you're not closing the games and that you're not starting. They want to see the crack in armor, but don't let it crack your armor. Don't let them show it. Like you say, Russell Westbrook, you're gonna be happy. You're gonna be you who you are. Continue doing that. Show up, show out, ball. Do what you need to do. Make sacrifices for the team, and show up, show out. And you ball out there. You know you're gonna be finishing the games. Ain't nothing else to say right there. You know. Yeah, but all in all, we was 10 for 36 from the three. Like I said, keep it to 30-35 minimum, 27%. So I could have lived with a 34%. I mean, I could have lived with a 35 attempts and being about 29%. You know, but like I said, it's 30-35 3-point attempts, and we did our thing with the rebound. Lakers 56 rebounds, 51 rebounds with the Pelicans. You know, that'll win us the game. Warriors games that took place last night. Lost 129-130 over the Magic. Stephen Curry 39 points, 9 assists. Jalen Suggs, he had 26 points, 9 assists. He was balling out there. Great defense on Stephen Curry in the clutch when it matters the most, when it was time to win. He was doing his thing. So yeah, watch out for Jalen Suggs. He's balling out there. Nuggets 122-110 over the OKC Thunder. Aaron Gordon 27 points, and Nikola Jokic, that Joker, he had 14 assists, 13 rebounds, 15 points. Light work for him. Shea Gilgeous-Alexander for Oklahoma City, he had 37 points. Now, I want to preview these weekend games that's coming up for the football games. Also, shout out to my Lakers. We play tonight, and we got to get the job done against the Jazz. 10:30 tonight. The Lakers versus the Jazz. We got to get the job done tonight. And then, as far as my ATL Hawks, we play the Pelicans tomorrow night at 7:30. Got to get the job done. Can't play around. So Hawks need to continue to win the streak, continue doing what they're doing after the win for the Knicks, and then I'm gonna need my Lakers to continue their win streak and make it 3 in a row tonight, and continue to let all the mojo and everybody feeling good, etc., etc. Now we're gonna preview the NFL football games from this weekend coming up. Vikings at Washington football team. I'm gonna go with the Vikings. Kirk Cousins go back to his old team. I expect him to take care of business. Colts at the Patriots. I see the Patriots pulling this out. This is home for the Patriots. Dolphins at Bears. I like Miami on that. Bills at the Jets. Come on, Bills is balling out here. Bills, we're going with the Bills. Chargers at the Falcons. I think I'm gonna go with the Falcons. They at home. Chargers is not playing too good. That's a little dicey for me, but Falcons is at home, so I'm gonna go with the Falcons. Panthers at Bengals. Ooh, Bengals need to win this. Panthers been looking good. They've been playing good, even though they didn't get the W. But Bengals, they need to get this W. They at home too. I'm gonna go with the Bengals. Packers at the Lions. This is good, right game. This is a bounce back game for the Packers. This is a get right game for the Packers. They need this. Raiders at the Jaguars. Raiders, man, they had that shutout last week against the Saints. I know this ain't no Saints defense at the Jaguars, but I ain't picking the Raiders after that performance like that. I'm going to go with the Jaguars. Seahawks at the Cardinals. Seahawks is balling and everything like that. They looking real nice with Geno Smith, but Cardinals, they need to get these wins in a row. They need to get some wins in a row. After the loss, especially with the Vikings from last week. They need to win. Rams are at the Buccaneers. I already said earlier in the show, Buccaneers, they got to get this. Rams, their season is over and done with. It ends this Sunday after the Buccaneers take care of business. Tom Brady, they need to bounce back. They need to bounce back. They can't be playing around. They need to be winning and consistently and going on a winning streak. Sunday night football games, you got the Titans at the Kansas City Chiefs. Nice barbecue going on, or the tailgating gonna be smelling real good, selling real nice. But I'm gonna go with Pat Mahomes and the boys out there balling real nice. Monday night football game, you got the Ravens and the Saints. The Saints Davis looking real nice, but they not playing against the Raiders no more. They're playing against the Ravens. So I think I see Lamar Jackson practicing and they out there balling and stuff all week long. So I'm gonna go with the Ravens over the Saints. Those are my predictions for this week's football games. Got some more news to get into. Got some more drama to get into. Shall we? Adam Silver says he will meet with the NBA star Kyrie Irving from the Nets about his anti-Semitic posts and his comments, doubling down on that. Kyrie also spoke to the media earlier today, not apologizing, but saying he is. How can he be anti-Semitic if he knows where he came from? Trying to refer to the he Jews as blacks names and stuff like that. Just instead of saying he's sorry, apologizing to who he offended, even though he may feel as though he's one of them as well. That's how, how he feel. He could say the same thing and still put the apology. He could still say, I don't feel like I'm anti-Semitic because I am a Jew also, but I am sorry if my other Jewish brothers do feel I'm offended them. He can elaborate things like that. He's not doing none of that stuff until then. The Nets actually have a game to play tonight and all this drama. They play the Wizards tonight. That's what they got to deal with. KD's like, man, we trying to win. We have a bad season. We got all this stuff to deal with. But Nets, they try to put Kyrie in a situation to see how you going to act, how you going to handle yourself, how you going to take care of yourself, how you going to show and improve, how you going to show us that you mature, how you learn. We took you away from the media, We took you away from the media for a couple of days to let it be known that we're just gonna save you for yourself. We don't want you to say nothing out of line to continue doubling down until you're ready to kind of backtrack or apologize if nothing else. You don't want to do that. So what's to come from that? Nets said we're gonna handle something for you, but ADL said your money's not good here, Kyrie. You could take the $500,000 back. We don't want the donation from you because we cannot, in good conscience, stand for what we stand for. Take the $500K from you, knowing that you don't get it. That's how they believe. Nets suspend Kyrie Irving for at least 5 games. Then they gonna come back and revisit to see if he learned his lesson and see how he is. What did he get out of the little 5-game suspension without pay that the Nets done hand out? Because they said enough's enough. Because we're pretty sure Adam Silver is going to get their hands on Kyrie as far as getting involved and maybe dishing out whatever punishment he wants to do. So the Nets say, let's slide in there and dish out our punishment beforehand because this don't look right on us. We just let him, like I said, Adam Silver. Well, I didn't make this clear. I mentioned somebody else, but Adam Silver and the Nets had every ample time to do something about this. They let this guy continue to go on and carry on the whole time without nothing being done about it, and just wait for him to come out and say sorry, apologize, waiting on his time. No, the Nets should have, or the NBA should have been sat down with him and talked to him and handled it. Ben got to handle it like how they're handling it now. They continue to allow him to continue to shoot himself in the foot and digging himself in the hole. And the media, once he comes back from the suspension and gets back from the media, even though because after he got suspended and they're breaking him down like that, shortly after that, Kyrie then he posts a written statement, actually putting the words apologize and he's sorry. He's so he's truly sorry. He's so sorry. For his fellow brothers to offend them and make them feel upset. A lengthy apology. No, it's not too late to do the right thing. No, it's not too late. But this was the end game. You knew you should have always needed to apologize. You knew this was the end game. You knew this was going to happen. You always needed to apologize because it was going to be a big price that you was going to pay. Kyrie, they're not playing with you. Kyrie, so that you want to play, you had to apologize. There was never no way that you was never going to apologize because about the Miles Leonard situation. You so smart. You so know-it-all. For a fact you wasn't going to get out of the situation without apologizing, saying that you're sorry. Miles Leonard from the Heat made a racial slurred comment on the Call of Duty online game. Playing somebody online on a Call of Duty, obviously it's recorded. They know he's a famous person, so they took it and let the media have it, as though they should. They suspended him. We're not having it. Matter of fact, we don't even want to bring you back on the team. They suspended him to Oklahoma City. Oklahoma City, uses that tax write-off, whatever. However you want to phrase it, they just say we want the space and get the numbers off our books. They cut him, let him go, let him loose, only to never to be return and play another game in the NBA ever again. Oh yeah, we know he's just a journeyman. He's no Kyrie, but they definitely would have used this opportunity to make an example out of you. We don't care how superstar you are, because you try to act like you Kanye out here, meaning as you may feel as the same as Kanye West, and you may have the same beliefs as Kanye West, but you want to act like him. No. We let Kanye know you're going to get hit with reality. Companies pulling out. Companies don't want to have no parts of you. Same thing would have happened with Nike's going to be done with his contract. The NBA wasn't going to be selling his jersey. They don't have to do none of that. Companies wasn't going to be doing no deals with him, sponsorships, marketing, advertisements. Things business companies was not going to be business with Kyrie no more, and he was going to get hit with that reality check. All on top of the fact that you are still employed by somebody, and they have the opportunity to dish out punishment to you because you're doing all type of contract detrimental to the league. So it does qualify for you for your suspension without pay. You're doing all types of conduct detrimental to the league. Absolutely. They have every right and every cause. Ain't no argument about that to suspend you the whole season without pay. You know these things. So you got your act together real fast and hurry, because you realize you could be not playing the rest of the season without pay and possibly be not back in the league ever again. And you are young and have every ability and have a long future to be playing. If you would just shut up and ball. Not saying just shut up and dribble, but you already dealing with a situation already with the Nets. Y'all got things going on. You are added on to the drama and the problem by opening up your mouth and doing all this extra stuff. Maybe you want to do this stuff in the off season, but what you doing during the season, and y'all already got turmoil going on in your locker room, all that stuff with Steve Nash while he was there, before he got fired and let go, and now the whole new coaching situation, everything was going on with that. You just added on to the drama and to the chaos in the locker room. Everybody in the locker room is supposed to be trying to keep the drama at a bare minimum and have that locker room as a safe haven, so everybody could be on the one accord and on the kumbaya and feeling good to be going out there, giving it their best effort and playing all together, all for each other. And Kyrie's being the antithesis of that. I mean, basically. So I don't know what good's gonna come out of this. Basically, I really don't on Kyrie's behalf. I mean, because he knows. You want to say he learns? He's not a dummy. He does act like he is smarter than everybody. He Mr. Know-it-all, but he's definitely not naive. He is smart. He's not slow. He knows what he's doing. What he's doing is foolish and being an idiot. That's what he's doing. This is idiot behavior. It causes chaos. It's not causing unity. It's not. This is just being divisive and just being disruptive. Okay, you want to be disruptive, but you're not being nothing positive and have nothing tangible with nothing evidence that's going on that's like a positive, great, beneficial thing that's coming out of you. You're just trying to cause a whole bunch of conspiracy theories or what if this or what if that or think about this, but you not like you're just trying to cause a whole bunch of problems and questions without trying to come together with solutions. Man, Kyrie, man, you just got to get together, man, and hopefully take this time to learn this. Like I believe it was going to always take somebody in his inner group, his inner circle, to let him know that you need to be doing this type of thing. You need to be behaving this type of way. You not telling him what to do, but just help guide him in the right behalf and let him know, calling him on his BS and let him know when he's wrong. And it's going to take somebody in his inner circle, like he says, the inner circle is so tight knit. It's going to be hard to penetrate that, but you need somebody in that inner circle to let him know that he's being wrong, or instead of just being everybody just thinking with the behavior that he's displaying is right, because it's not. It's wrong. It's a toned down form of a Kanye West. What he's doing it in his way, in his method, but it's a toned down version of what Kanye West been doing. So I definitely can't wait to get guests on. Obviously, I talked about it with my guest Jasmine the other day, but I can't wait to get another guest on and address the situation. Further. So much been going on in the sports world, man. But also this guy, this recently retired NFL wide receiver Cole Beasley that had a little game stint with the Buccaneers. He been done. But he agrees, defends Kyrie on Twitter, defends him, saying that everybody need to have the right to speak whatever they want to speak. But man, just go on somewhere, and you're gonna pay for the consequences too. Yeah, you can say whatever you want, but people got the right to feel how they want to feel about it and handle handle the way they gonna handle it. And yeah, we do got laws and things and rules to bind us accordingly too. Depending on you say something that you freely can say, because you technically freely can say that, but you're not free from consequence depending on how egregious it is or whatever that you're spewing. Hopefully, y'all can just learn something from this, man. Just be better, man, and just try to be sensitive and just be mindful of others. I mean, of course, you like, man, I just say what I want, I do whatever I want, I don't gotta care about nobody else. But if everybody just just trying to just treat people the way they want to be treated, just get the same, give out the respect that they seeking to get back. I think this world will be a lot better place. But to add on to the drama before we get out here, got another note. College football, Rice and UTEP yesterday. Players fighting at the end of the game. Ridiculous. Also, another news before we get out here. Miles Bridges from Charlotte Hornets agrees to a no contest plea deal for 3 years probation, no jail time stemming from his domestic violence case. Also, quick news before we get out here. Former clinical psychologist for the Spurs, Dr. Hillary Cashew, filed a lawsuit yesterday alleging that against Joshua Primo and the Spurs organization for ignoring her repeated reports of incidents exposing himself. Newly released Joshua Primo allegedly exposed himself 9 times during the psychological sessions, December 2021. Was reported to the Spurs in January 2022, but the Spurs ignored it. Allegedly, he did the same thing to some female in Las Vegas during the summer league, and also last week during the road trip in Minnesota. Allegedly exposed himself to a woman. Primo's lawyer denied that allegation, saying in a lengthy statement that this is an act of betrayal against a young client. She basically got a vendetta against him. But Dr. Catherine alleges the organization cover up to protect who they would believe would be a future star, and that's why they were trying to figure out how to cover up. And also believe that Greg Popovich didn't get notified about this during the times like she was told that he was, because she believed the person that he was, he would have done something about it. So that's just the update, the latest on that. Also, before we get out here, 76ers guards James Harden suffered a right foot tendon strain in his last game. Expected to miss a month, so that's going to hurt the Sixers, but I think they should be able to manage. Maxi's looking pretty good. Saints wide receiver Michael Thomas placed on IR, likely to miss the rest of the season, will make him missing 3 out of the 5-year contract extension, $96 million contract extension that he signed in 2020. Man, I like Keyshawn Johnson. I know that's his nephew. I'm not trying to be coming at him, nothing like that. But Keyshawn Johnson, your nephew do not want to be a Saints no more. He didn't want to be a Saints. He got his money. He's doing whatever he can do to keep his money, and he's getting out there. Come on, we know what it looks like when you want to be out there for your team. You want to ball out. He is not making those type of sacrifices. He got his reasons. It is what it is. But we know we see it. Keyshawn Johnson, I got much respect for you. You know how you say, give me my money, pass me the dang ball. You know how it is. But this guy's not trying to be out there to get the ball passed to him, consistently. Missing seasons, 3 out of 5 seasons out of the contract. Sheesh. Oh man. Yeah, but I don't see him being there long. They definitely they got to let go. They gotta get rid of him. They gotta trade him. They gotta get rid of Mike Thompson. He's not doing him no justice. He's not doing him no good. He do not want to be there. Definitely can't wait to get my guy on here to address that situation. But appreciate you guys for tuning in the Fresh Board Sports Show. I'm going to be dropping another episode probably about Monday or Tuesday. Not doing the live studio show next Thursday. Going to Ohio. Got to visit some family members. Got to do some things. Got some surprises. Got some things working up. So we're going to be doing some things. Fresh Sports Show. Stay tuned. But back on November 17th on the local channel, Community Access Channel, Thursdays, 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. We're going to let this cook, let it marinate, let it bubble up. Appreciate you guys for tuning in.